Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 512. I'm one of your hosts, and finally back, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Hey, yo.
What's up, guys? Work-related issues for me the last 2 weeks. I apologize, and it's been 24/7 work. It's been nuts. In fact, Tony's missing this podcast because of work. We're busy right now, so apologize. I think it's been 2 weeks or 3 weeks because we skipped a podcast, I think.
Well, we were all back a week. Were we all back? No, we weren't all back. Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks for you.
For me, it's been 3 weeks because of work-related stuff, guys. Chasing ghosts on the network, never fun. I've missed a bunch. I'm trying to think of like the big movie thing that happened last week that I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure. We had a big thing this week that we can talk about. I know that. Right now, I mean, what do we got? Box office wise, Tenet Tenet brought 4.7 million in, which is going to bring. It's not doing great, obviously, but I guess they wanted.
Who's really going out right now?
Well, that's it. I mean, movie theaters, whatever. I actually went back to. I actually dined in on a restaurant. There was nobody there though. So,
I was at a place too, IHOP actually.
IHOP, okay, yeah. And we had local restaurant by me. It was really cold out. It was really cold outside, so we sat outside. I'm like, can we go inside? She's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, I looked. I'm like, yeah, let's go because there's nobody there. I'm like, okay, good. So, but I also went back to the gym, which is okay. Painful as well. I found time in between somehow.
Oof, yeah, I gotta do something. I've been slacking.
The movement stuff, yeah. Yeah, so they do dailies on Box Office Mojo now. So the Tenet did 4.7 million. The New Mutants did 1.8. Infidel 1.4 and Unhinged 1.3. Not bad actually for COVID box office.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it
now.
New
Mutants hanging in there with like, what was it? Their opening weekend was like 6 million or something. So
yeah,
kind of hanging in there, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're talking about percentages, like nothing else is really out there. So.
No, I want to see Tenet so badly too. It's just like
I know.
Just launching
I was really tempted because like some of the theaters you can see like who's going, and there was no one at the showing. I was like, no seats have been taken yet.
You could do it. Do you have to wear your mask constantly in there?
I don't know. I mean, you could do like a nose thing like this.
Yeah, that's why I hate when people do it at the gym because I saw a couple of people doing that. I was going to yell at them, but I know that at work it's been interesting enough. It's because I honestly, for those who are listening, I haven't had the experience of working too much in the environment and having to wear a mask constantly. And then you guys as well. You guys have been out there. I haven't had that experience pretty much until the beginning of this month. It's like 24/7. It's fucking annoying to be like, oh, I got to put the mask back on, even when you're outside because you don't want to cross near people too much. So it's like, got to put the mask on. I very rarely get to breathe properly without my mask on all day. I get because I also haven't really been able to sit in my office because it's been so busy.
I got a couple of those, cloth ones which you have to wash, and I washed it. I guess the detergent was just too strong. I couldn't wear it. It was just like
shit.
Overwhelming.
See, I got these really nice ones with they have like this. I'm as natural as possible. I try to be so like it has like this silver lining in it. Get it? But it's in between two cloth pieces. Now silver's naturally antimicrobial. It kind of helps clean as it comes through. So I'm like, any little thing, I'm like, it can't hurt. So I went and got those two masks actually. Paid a little much for them, but they're very comfy, and I just feel better with them on. But you can breathe well. For some reason, it's so much tighter that it actually helps breathing more. When it's that tight.
That's the thing. Oops, I gotta move.
But,
I hate the fogging and stuff. You gotta be careful.
Oh god, yeah. Glasses are just not a thing right now for me. I'm like, thank God I got LASIK where I don't have to wear these things. I just wear them only as a choice because I'm like, I like to see a little clearer, but I don't have to wear them. But yeah, so what have we been up to, guys? I'm trying to think for myself. It's been so busy.
You have to have a lot, right?
No, I mean not
work,
really. It's been
right?
it's been work, and then we had an event like a cookout here for a whole weekend, so that I missed that one weekend. And then Yeah, I mean, I've really been working all weekends too, so it's been like, it's been a lot going on. But I'm trying to think of, like, I watched like the new Muppet Show on Disney Plus. Netflix. I watched. What did I watch? Another episode of Umbrella Academy. Oh, I finished season 2 of Harley Quinn. I did finish that. So yes.
All
I'm
done.
looking forward to season 3. Yeah, looking forward to season 3 of that. Good show. I was gonna start The Boys, but I really want to finish Umbrella Academy first. So I'm like, I really
get that done, man.
Yeah. So
I'm
done with episode 4 now. So what is there? 8 episodes in that? Is there 8?
Yeah, I don't think it's that long. I think that sounds right.
Yeah. So, other than that, for stuff watched, it really is about it. I've watched older movies like Spaceballs, comfort stuff. When you're like this crazy busy, you watch. I don't watch anything new.
What's funny is the Model S. They have the plaid version. The Model S. Did you hear about that?
Plaid.
They went to plaid.
It's awesome. See, that's cool though. So yeah, I mean, that's about it for me. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've seen. No, that's it really. So, Corey, anything for you?
No, I mean, football's back, man.
Oh yeah, so I watched that.
Like,
I watched that.
It's so nice, comforting.
I mean, we got sports guys. Tony's not on the podcast. We can talk sports. Like, I'm watching the Mets. It's just painful.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, any New York team right now is kind of painful.
Oh yeah. Oh, welcome to our
It doesn't matter. Just look. Look over here. Look over there. It's
you.
There's really only one that's ever worth watching, but that's
always been the same. Yankee fan.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you guys you have like an okay season ends.
Yeah, they had a bad streak, but
how do you expect your playoff run here? I mean, this is podcast for gaming or movies. Sorry, but
yeah, I have no idea because
I can't expect it to go that deep.
The team went on a 10-game losing streak, then a 10-game winning streak recently. So
yeah,
who the hell knows?
You guys are up. There's some. The American League is pretty good. I mean, they're pretty solid. So I just don't. I can't see. I actually don't see the Yankees going very far. I don't.
Yeah.
So just because of the expanded playoffs, there's a lot of upset potential nowadays, and you're not. I don't think you're definitely not as strong as you were last year.
They should be stronger.
They should be. They should. You guys, I really did expect Cole to be better. I mean, granted, I always know DeGrom is the best in New York, but I thought Cole would be even better than he was. He is. Not as
being a bit better. No. He's got a 3 ERA.
Not even better than DeGrom, but yeah, he's I know he wasn't going to be DeGrom, but I did
a little bit above average pitcher. But it makes him look that much better. When everyone else is doing bad. He's just I never thought he was the greatest. But that's what the Yankees do though. They get pitchers that are just a little bit better than their counterparts, and then they just kind of average out. But no, I mean, I watched that, finished Fringe, so I got all through that series, and the ending episodes are just not that good. I don't know. It's it was a cool series, and then they kind of go off the rails in season 5, and it's not the show that I would want, But yeah, I mean, before that is great. And then I actually just want to talk about this book that I just finished, which is Rage of Dragons. It was really, really good. It had it's like a African American take on fantasy, where they have these chosen tribes, I guess you could say, where you have these women who are gifted, and every 1 in 10,000 of them are gifted, and they can control demon, beast, animal thingies, and so they're able to call dragons, and so they have these guardians. They call them guardians, but they're dragons, and so they can call them, and then they can also enrage a person to become the Hulk, essentially, to fight for them. And it's really interesting because there's this whole society of noble and then lesser, and just these ranks of humans where the lesser just kind of treated like trash and dirt. And it's about one of those lessers who kind of rises above, essentially. And his journey is really, really cool. So I'd highly recommend that. It's Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter.
Queuing it up actually right now, yeah. By Evan Winter, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'll be
great. It's a little slow to get started, but it's good. I was that last half of the book, I was like, oh man, this is awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I've got I don't know. When am I gonna have time to read? I'm hoping soon.
Yeah.
So I have shows to catch up on and gaming, but at work I can actually I can listen to some books now at work more,
Mhm.
Especially because I'm just walking.
Yeah,
campus
just doing
the entire
busy
time,
stuff.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was
yep,
doing today. So I got a lot of it done.
yeah, yeah. So, all right, Mike,
Yeah.
what have you been watching?
Well, as the countdown is officially underway, I'm watching more DC Universe stuff.
Mm.
But I'm
Yes,
just
as we mentioned last time, you know.
I'm watching. I
Actually,
wanted to.
did we mention it? I don't know if we did.
We didn't
Oh, I
mention
don't
the
know if we
official
mentioned
thing.
that.
We didn't mention the official thing yet.
That's what happened this week. I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about. Good, we made it. I
But
made a podcast for this. Okay.
but no, I'm still watching Batman the animated series. Even though again, I want to move to things I haven't seen before that might disappear. But
Mhm.
I kind of got stuck into it, and I got to what's it called? The Mr. Freeze one. Heart of
Oh.
Ice. Is that what is it?
Oh, yeah. I think that was
sounds
the Heart of Ice. That does sound
sounds
right,
familiar.
actually.
Something like that.
If not, that's a great. If not, that's a great title for a Mr. Freeze
Yeah,
episode.
there you go.
Well, I mean, it's the introduction to Mr. Freeze, the animated series version.
Yeah.
And this actually was Bruce Tim Paul Dini. I think this is the first time I see their names like in the credits. So it might be the first time you see either of those their work. And no, it's really good. I just
Yeah. All the like animated series villains are like some of the better versions of them.
It's an interesting take on the character. Apparently, I didn't know this obviously because this was my first exposure to him, but he was a bit of a joke character before that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, no, I mean his whole backstory of kind of his tragic scientist guy who loses his wife is from the animated series, I believe.
and just watching it, I just think of how they're kind of an ending for that in the Arkham Knight DLC expansion, if you ever get to that. But so it's interesting how I do view the Arkham series as a continuation of the animated series.
Yeah, I'd say.
But other than that, I still do want to get to some of the animated movies in there, even though a lot of the later ones haven't been great, or the new Batman Adventures because I never watched that. But we'll see if I have the time to get to that. But I'm kind of stuck in the early part of the animated series right now. I don't necessarily want to just skip through all that, so we'll see. Other than that, that's all I've been watching.
Okay. I was watching an older show on Disney Plus now. I'm like, what was it? It wasn't Gargoyles. I was like, oh, I'm gonna now it's gonna bother me because I'm gonna remember it afterwards because I was watching it and I'm like, oh yeah, because I told you guys I was watching like older stuff and gosh, of course not.
I stalled on X-Men Evolution over there.
Yeah, I don't know. More of the but whatever. That's fine. Let's just get into the news.
Tied in with the DC.
As we mentioned, DC Universe, as we've mentioned, I don't know, we've probably mentioned it.
I mean, the writing was on the
multiple podcasts. DC Universe is going to be shutting down at the end of the year, sort of, and all original content. Yes, all original content, like Mike has been watching and talking about, will be moving to HBO Max. Meanwhile, they'll be transitioning DC Universe into a online comic book only kind of thing, like Marvel Universe has, or Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah.
And charging $1 more for it.
And yeah, it goes up $1, and then we all have to pay more for HBO Max. It's $15 a month. I think it's $12.
If you come from DC Universe, though, that you get a discount, I think.
Oh, okay. Really? So I'll have to see what that
costs. Right now, I heard. I don't know for sure because my sources are unreliable.
So. Yeah. Well, apparently it was ending immediately, but thank God it's till the end of the year. It was funny because you messaged that. I think you messaged that, and I was actually home watching Harley Quinn at that point in time. It was like when you sent that, I was like, oh, I'm like, that can't be because I'm watching it.
It is interesting though because the way that they've renewed everything. They've renewed Doom Patrol, all their originals, Anti Titans, and then bringing it to HBO Max. It almost seems like the viewership wasn't the problem; it was the price. Like they want
I think I just think the offering.
The price was cheap.
There.
I mean, I've been paying $4 a month for it. They never changed my rate. I didn't.
No, it was a good deal, and like the thing is, just the content. There's just like talk about like people say, oh, Disney Plus has no content. Like that has so much backlog, but there really isn't that much content if you're not a comic book fan. Like if you just want video, there's not that much on DC Universe.
I feel like it had a lot more new content than
new content, sure,
Disney.
but because it had Titans, which was new, even though it's still known characters. Swamp Thing and Doom Patrol, and then they brought Young Justice back, which is great. But
so you have like 4 new things, and then Harley Quinn, and then
Harley Quinn, yeah.
and Disney Plus had Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's it. I think it has a lot. It has a lot more content, and all of it is.
It definitely has. It doesn't have a lot more content. It's a lot more original content. I mean, content-wise,
sure, but
the thing is, it doesn't feel like that much. That's the problem. It doesn't feel like a lot.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot to me, but I guess I'm actually a fan of DC. But I think anyone who would be subscribing anyway would be.
Well, I mean, I still got to watch the rest of Titans, and I'll probably watch Doom Patrol. But that's it for me. Those 3 shows, Harley Quinn and those 2. But
you don't want to have the access to all of the animated series or the Bruce Timm verse at all times.
No, I do like that aspect.
And all
fact,
of
I have it on digital. So.
I know, but I just sold my collector's edition Batman the Animated Series. Remember? Because I'm like, I have this digitally. I don't need to keep this box set here. And now I'm like, shoot. Now I wish I kept it because.
And see like that Batman and Son stuff, or the recent Hush, which people are mixed on, or that Gotham by Gaslight. There's all these movies in there too.
Yeah, that's a good.
I never
selection.
saw like some of those. We always talked about how good those animated shows were, and like.
And I did hear
Batman
that recently,
Ninja.
They've been a little bit uneven, but
Batman Ninja is kind of a little weird.
Yeah, that's one of them too. So I mean, it's all there. There's definitely content, but
yeah,
I don't know. And that's the content I don't know what happens to. All those movies, that backlog and stuff, and that's what
it's all going
to cycle through.
It'd be good to cycle through. So, all right, let's see. What do we've got now? We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on with Marvel. She-Hulk. Tatiana Maslany. Is it Maslany? Maslany. Yeah, lands the title role to play She-Hulk. So that'll be coming to Disney Plus, the series. Interesting. So they cast that.
Yeah, she's from Orphan Black, so she played in that show a lot of different characters, almost kind of like Dollhouse. For you, Jim, Dollhouse. Like, they have a different kind.
I know it is. Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah. So like she has the acting chops, and so like I think there was it's interesting. Yeah, like because she's they gotta get the humor and the seriousness with it, and a lot of people are praising the fact that she kind of has a similar look to Mark Ruffalo a little bit. So
yeah, I saw it too.
Are they supposed to be related?
In the comics, they're cousins.
I don't know anything about this character other than
apparently she gets into some. I think she gets some accident, and then she needs a blood transfusion, and they can't get a donor, and he's the only one available, so he gives her his blood, and then she becomes She-Hulk. So that's the story that I got. So
and they they got some pretty interesting people. Like it's shaping up to be pretty interesting. So far with what they've got. The director we mentioned last week, the writing team seems pretty good. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. And it's nice to hear some news about these Disney Plus shows.
That's what I'm saying. Like, here come the Marvel Disney Plus shows finally. Granted, it's COVID. So give them a little leeway. But we got WandaVision trailer launched this week.
Just to go back to you real quick, is like they did say like this is going to start off on television, but you will see her in the movies too.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, so no bet from me. But WandaVision actually came out this week as well, the trailer, which is a fucking bizarre trailer. I took time to watch that at least, and I missed all of the stuff that I'm about to talk about because apparently, like, there's a lot of House of M references in this just trailer. Yeah, so we getting those mutants finally through this. It looks like.
Think so? Yeah,
it looks like it. Yeah, and this is if any way they could do a retcon / tie-in here, this is it. With Scarlet Witch, that's it. She can unmake mutants and she can make mutants.
Yep.
So I think this could be that. I think this could be that spawn of the MCU for it, especially if you're talking about She-Hulk.
Do it in a TV show?
Yeah, I think so. Because you don't actually... Okay, let's look at it like this way. Look at it this way. So if you're in a TV show, it's like extra information. You don't actually need it to watch an X-Men movie, but if you've seen how the mutants get created in this universe... it kind of helps the story. That's how this shows work. Like that's how
you could definitely drop some teases and Easter eggs in there, and
yeah. But I think
those cyber sleuths looking
well, that's what they're doing here. Obviously they're playing to that. It's just a matter of, is it going to actually be in their House of M? Who knows? Would you debut a mutant for the first time on this TV show? I don't know. I mean, it's not going. You're not going to see.
It's unfortunate because technically she's supposed to be a mutant, but
that's what she might make herself into. Maybe she makes herself into that. That's it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're getting it's coming in December, right?
December 2020. Yep. That's coming soon.
That'll be the
which
first
is good because
Marvel Disney Plus show instead
this
of
week
Falcon Winter Soldier.
It was good because this week we got the Mandalorian season 2 trailer finally, which is coming October 30th, 2020, and trailer looks great. I can't wait for this next season. I really can't.
Yeah,
it looks so good. It looks so good.
It's a great show, and
like,
I mean, do with it, and the ending with the Darksaber.
My fear with the show is like, you know how good season 1s are, sometimes, and then like you get so excited for those season 2s, and it's just like, damn it, like we don't want to get
done with my shit.
We don't get arrowed, right? We don't want to get arrowed.
Well, the second season was good too.
That's what I'm saying. Like those were good too, but like I'm just always leery about like the fact that it's like, is it going to be a failure?
Well, the thing is, once they run their course, do they keep pushing? That's the problem.
Yeah.
I do think that you're going to run into what you guys are afraid of a bit, where we're going to get tie-ins to more traditional characters this season.
Well, the longer you go, the more people are going to be like, well, where's this character? And where's this character? And like, oh, yeah, we'll throw this guy in and we'll throw this guy in.
It is interesting that we're in this post-Jedi, Return of the Jedi, I mean when I say that, world where no one knows anything about the Force.
So, I think they're supposed to address that in this season, actually.
And we'll see how that goes about. But
they could address. I mean, if you have a good answer, I guess it's going to be interesting. I really think I think my like for this so far, at least, first of all, Sasha Banks is season 2. Did you catch that in the trailer? Sasha Banks, the wrestler from WWE. Oh, I'm freezing. Oh, Jesus, I'm freezing. Or Corey's freezing.
I figured that's what you were talking about, yeah.
Oh, okay, Corey.
You're kind of breaking up.
Okay, you guys. Oh, boy.
Are we both frozen?
No, you're not anymore.
Okay. Just Corey. Okay, maybe we're all having... Oh, God, I'm on the wrong network. Hang on. I'm going to switch in the middle.
Oh, boy. And both of them.
There we are. It's okay. I'm good now.
Okay.
I'm on the right network. Corey's completely frozen.
We got a snapshot.
But I was on the wrong network, so I switched apparently my upstairs network decided to connect to my laptop, and I turned it on today. I think I was working up there last time, so. But Corey's gone entirely. But, well, what were we discussing before that technical difficulties occurred? Here he comes back.
Just Mandalorian.
Yeah, so I think the show's got great potential, especially because now you got Giancarlo Esposito talking about seasons 3 and 4 are already like being talked about and written already. So they're pretty much a good to go kind of thing. But Corey, you with us? Okay, you're on audio.
Yeah.
Or not? Yeah. We lost Corey entirely on the feed. Anyways, so we'll go into this. What else we got? Well, discuss more Mandalorian as we get closer. That's fine. Let's go into the last bit of news and probably the most... Corey's gone or back. I don't know. The last bit of news or the most exciting bit of news, possibly.
There's someone that's back.
Corey's back. And he's gone. I'm getting totally derailed right now with these technical difficulties. But hey, it wouldn't be a podcast without him. Tom Hardy. Let's talk like this. Oh, I see. Now you can make fun of him as Bane because he had the mask on and people couldn't understand him. But before I get into the news part of this thing, Tom Hardy for me has always been that actor I don't like because I still can't understand him. Mad Max, obviously Batman, Dark Knight Rises, and shit, his other big movie I just watched. Oh my god,
Venom.
Yeah, Venom. Sorry, thank you, Venom. He talks the same way in it. I can't understand a damn word he's fucking saying. And I'm like, it drives me crazy. It drives me fucking crazy.
I have not really watched him in anything other than Dark Knight Rises, I don't think.
And could you understand a word he said then? From that point, can you understand a word he says?
Not too much, no.
Okay, so he talks the same way in everything.
But that was the Bane thing. Well,
no, it wasn't. But it wasn't. If you watch Venom, you're going to be like, what the fuck is he saying? And guess what, folks? He's James Bond. Yay. I mean, look, bittersweet, right? We all wanted a new James Bond. And in fact, I defended Daniel Craig. I defended Daniel Craig for as long as I could. I did. But even I was up to him at this point. I'm like, let's just move on after Skyfall. I was like, let's move on. It's ready to go. And we still get one more with him. But now definitively, he is done as James Bond. And we have a new one already cast to at least give us the answers ready to roll forward, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I think he's a very traditional looking Bond. I think he's going to look more classic, clean cut.
I think he's okay. I don't really feel either way about him. Like, it's not bad casting. It's not good.
I know you said you don't feel like he's the classic form of him. You think, but I'm not talking like.
I do think
because compared to Daniel Craig, I think he's a more classic looking Bond.
Well, I mean, he has darker hair. He doesn't look strangely albino like Craig does. But he still has that sort of gruffness. Like, I feel like he's going to be a similar Bond in tone.
I think he'll mix. I think he'll mix a little bit of a.
Does he ever seem like suave or charming in anything he does?
He's got to be. I don't know what else he's been in. I mean, he's in Blade Runner.
I'm here on audio, guys. I don't know if my camera's gonna hold up. So
that's okay.
Internet, but no,
don't worry. Stick with audio.
I think like the Inception, he kind of had a little bit of a suavey, suaveness to him a little bit there.
Again,
but at
talk
the same time,
talk the same.
But at the same time, I really don't like him as Bond. Like, I'm trying to think, who would we prefer? You know, like, I know Idris Elba is the popular choice. I necessarily wouldn't mind that, but I don't necessarily think he would be great either.
I deep dove on that, by the way, because we were talking about age, and Mike is completely correct on the age part of things with James Bond, because in their later stages, like, Sean Connery played him older, but when these actors first start playing
the Living
James Bond,
Daylights, that one where he came back.
Yeah, in the 80s.
Yeah, that wasn't even an official one.
But almost every Bond actor is like 41, 42 in their cast as James Bond. It's pretty consistent.
And then once they hit around 50, they try to move on. It's either their last one or
Connery. I think Connery was the youngest at like 36 when he was cast. And then the rest have all been like 41, 42. Dalton, Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan. They're all been 41, 42. Hell, I think even Daniel Craig. So I think it's like pretty consistent age-wise. So Elba, why I wanted him, I feel like I get it. Like, the age thing isn't going to work for more movies. It would work for like a one-off, but not doing multiple, like 3 or 4 movies. I still think Tom Hiddleston would have been great. I still think he would have made us a new Bond.
Yeah, he definitely would have. I feel like he would have been a return of Brosnan, sort of like thinner, funnier Bond.
Yes, less physical Bond.
Well, I think with him, it's more like, I don't know. I just see him as Loki too much. That's my problem, and I know it's not fair to say, but I see him like that more. Like, I would have rather seen I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone just off the top of my head, but
yeah, I remember Tom Hardy was mentioned before a few times. The other person people were saying was Clive Owen, but he's old now too.
Oh, he's too old.
Yeah, he's too old too. Yeah.
What about the guy that played Quicksilver? He was British, right?
Yeah, I think he was. No, I just can't see that either. I don't know. I don't really know what I want. Like, Tom Hardy.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm not like upset about it, but we'll see. Again, is he's British by like where? Like what type?
Hardy?
Yeah, do we know?
Who, Hardy?
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't decide he needs to make up an original accent this time, like you said.
No, he was born in where was he born? He's an English actor. Hammersmith, United Kingdom. He was born. He's age 43, so he's right there.
Whatever. Well, we shall see. It's been a while since we've had a change of pace with this franchise, so.
All right.
Oh, shoot, I was thinking of the guy that was in the Hunger Games. And he was in that movie where he's in a wheelchair. I think he would have been a good Bond, where he was with the Lady of Dragons. Gosh, what the heck?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's her? Like, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Because.
Okay.
Be alive.
All right, that's fine.
Sam Claflin. That's his name.
Who?
I think he would have been a good James Bond. Like, he's younger. He's like a little younger than us, but
I think you could get away with mid-30s.
Good look for it.
Mid-30s at the youngest for Bond, but I wouldn't want one much younger than that.
Yeah, I think he's like 34, so I would like to see them go younger. It's like we've gotten a little older, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it.
Bond's been bad for a while, so
yeah. And that's going to, I think, wrap up this episode, actually. We have lots of stuff coming for the Gamecast. You can tune in there, or you can write us. Now, listen, for those listening, a new email address write us. No longer podcast. Do not use that. Please use allyoucangeek@gmail.com. Going back to the original email address we're going to be using, just so you all know. allyoucangeek@gmail.com. If you want to email us for any questions, comments about the episodes, please go ahead and do that. Follow us on Twitter at allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook at allyoucangeek. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're good there. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week or on the Gamecast. Thanks for listening.